So good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning. Thank you.
Introduction આપો તમે.
Sir, my code is NHC.
NHC.
I have done mechanical engineering and
In which year?
2016.
2016.
Yeah, and then I got placed through the Indonesian MNC through the campus placement, and since then I'm working in the private sector. Last year I also completed distance MBA from Indira Gandhi National University. Currently I'm working as a sales and marketing AGM in an engineering company. I love to interact with new people and seeing the life from different perspective. In sports I also love to play table tennis.
What is your choice? What will you be giving preference?
Yeah, the first one is the deputy collector. Second is DYSP. Third one is AC, assistant commissioner of state tax.
So this job is not satisfactory, the present one? You want to shift to government sector?
Yes, there was somewhere in my heart that I
Already
really
7 years have gone after your graduation.
Yes.
Have you appeared in any UPSC exam or GPSC exam before?
Yeah, last time I also appeared for the GPSC class 1-2. I cracked prelims, but somehow I couldn't able to get into the interview.
When is your interview this time?
22nd September.
So are you ready with the details? You know the functions of deputy collector, DYSP or AC, what are the government schemes or current event, do you follow? Or you don't get time in this busy schedule as AGM, sales and marketing?
Since initially, I was really interested in the, public services, but somehow in my mind there was mental blockade that, it requires a lot of preparation and reading, because there is no one in my family or in my family friend who is in the civil services. But when I come to know about from my friend about the civil services, then it really got interesting. And somewhere I really wanted to go into public services, and then I, took risk and started preparing for the civil services.
Sales and marketing is also among the people. No?
Yes, yes. Yeah, but it's more about the profit and and that. Wherever this civil service is more about serving the people.
So how will you serve the people? You will have limited powers. You don't do you think you will have unlimited powers as deputy collector?
No, sir. I
In
definitely.
government there is a hierarchy. There is a job profile. Everybody cannot do everything. So as per the bracket, one has to function. So how will you be able to bear the pressure? Because a lot of pressure will come from all the sides over time. How will you take care of your personal time, health, this playing table tennis? You won't find any time.
Yes, sir. Definitely, I completely agree with your point that there will be a lot of pressure, and of course there will be pressure because we have 1.3 billion people, and especially to the disadvantaged group of the society, it has to be get all the government services. So since even right now also sales and marketing is a quite pressurized job, we have to work for longer hours.
Unrealistic targets are given.
Sometimes yes.
Private.
Yes.
One cannot achieve.
Yeah, and somehow already I have molded myself to get the pressure, sustain that pressure, and work accordingly. Even because my efficiency has increased. My priorities are clear. So I'm completely confident that even in the civil services, with my limited power, I will definitely do my best. And
you will be required to travel, frequent transfers, engaging with local people.
Right, sir. Yes.
Where city type facilities may not be available.
Right.
So are you ready mentally?
Completely ready, sir.
But still I am surprised. Why are you ready to leave this job? You have settled quite well in this, no?
Yes, sir. If to go deeper, initially after my engineering, I had a idea in my mind that if you get financial freedom, then you will be happy in your life. You will be self-independent and everything. But then somewhere in the mind, I was not finding the satisfaction, and somewhere there was a vision and mission was missing. I found, and from my childhood also, I love to interact with the people. Whenever I see the problem in the regular life, I always find what can be what can I do for this problem.
Have you seen any government office or Sachivalaya, Secretariat? Have you ever visited?
Secretariat not yet visited, but I have seen the government offices, sir.
Which one?
Mamlatdar Kacheri, especially, and
What happens there?
there is a lot of people standing in the queue to to get the either to get their ration cards and all other cards.
So this is a general perception. You need to know exactly what a Mamlatdar does or a deputy collector is expected to do. Anyway, let us hope for the best. Sir.
યસ તમે તો મેનેજમેન્ટમાં એ કરેલું છે, MBA પણ કરેલું છે ને? રાઈટ. what are the basics of management?
If would I say in simple words, it will be utilizing a proper resources and using it at the right time, right place.
Principles I'm asking about.
I mean,
Any specific? You have done it from IGNOU, no?
yes.
Yeah, then you must have studied about.
So managing the things in such a way that it can satisfy the requirement with the limited resources and with stipulated time period.
Okay, anyway, what is government?
Government is a functionary who has the power to manage the country's resources, natural resources.
Which are the components of the government? Whom we can say is a government? You must have studied in the management.
Yes,
Government management systems, yeah.
Yeah. So government is the body either created through the constitution or any passing by law, who has the power to use the country's resources and to manage it for the country's betterment. Either it's executive, either it's the elected body.
PubEd is also part of management, right? Public administration, right? Any specific definition you know about public administration?
So right now I'm not able to remember.
No. Okay, services or basic role of the government?
To collect the resources either financially or physically, and you then manage the things.
First of all, there must be priority of services, no? Then they have to manage with the finance. First priorities are services. What services government provide, or what are the government is committed to?
Yeah. Government is committed to protect their people. To protect.
Or security or anything specific.
Yeah. To protect the people, to secure the people, to give them justice, and for the needy people who are disadvantaged group, to give them
Which are the disadvantaged groups?
So there are many ramifications to it. Either it's a financial, in terms of the financial item, either in terms of the physical disadvantaged people, or mentally disadvantaged people.
But can you narrate which one?
So we have
which are the priorities?
Yeah, so we have different sections of in our society, in which some groups like scheduled caste or scheduled tribes, who are not connected much well with the the ongoing economy. So
have you heard about nomadic
groups? Yes.
Okay. So they are considered under which? Scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, or?
As far as my knowledge, sir, it's a scheduled tribe we have considered into.
What type of tribes we have heard about? Nomadic tribes.
Maldari is there.
Okay.
We have the Bhil tribes.
Bhil. Bhil is a nomadic.
No, they resides in the jungles of the Aravallis. Right now, Maldari, it's
Okay. So what is the government plan for these Maldaris, suppose? What services for the upliftment of this class?
so government has given them a different incentives many times. First, if I talk about the residents, because they are continually moving here and there, so government has provided them the physical residence in where they can stay, building. Secondly, for their children, because they are continually moving.
Have you heard about One Nation, One Card?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
It's a ration card in which even if I'm a citizen of Kerala or Jammu Kashmir, if I live in the Gujarat, then I has the right to get the government benefits like all the ration card shops public under the public distribution system.
Okay. Any Gujarat government scheme you know about?
Especially for the
કોઈ સ્કીમ વિશે ખબર છે ગુજરાત સરકારની? You are conversant with Gujarati, na? Yeah.
પોષણ અભિયાન.
Okay. શું છે એમાં?
એમાં સ્પેશિયલી જે પ્રેગ્નન્ટ વુમન જે છે તેમને પ્રોપર ફૂડ મળી લે, જેમાં પ્રોપર ઓલ ધી રિક્વાયર્ડ જે ઇન્ગ્રેડિયન્ટ્સ હોવા જોઈએ ફોર ધેર બેટરમેન્ટ એન્ડ ધ અપકમિંગ ચાઇલ્ડ, તો એનો પ્રોપર વિકાસ થઈ શકે.
શું આપે છે એમને?
તેમાં ડિફરન્ટ ન્યુટ્રિયન્સ ફૂડ હોય છે, જેમાં સુખડી છે, જેમાં ખીચડી હોય છે, પછી પ્રોપર કેલ્શિયમ મળે એના માટે સ્પેશિયલ, પછી સુમૂલ, અમૂલ અને બનાસ ડેરી દ્વારા એક ફૂડ પેકેટ્સ બનાવવામાં આવ્યું છે, જેને માતૃશક્તિ આપણને નામ આપ્યું ને બાલ શક્તિ, જેનું પ્રોપર ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુશન થાય છે આંગણવાડી થ્રુ.
ઓકે.
જેથી તેમને પ્રોપર શરીર અને શરીરના વિકાસ માટે જે તત્વો હોય તે મળી રહે.
યસ સર.
Mechanical engineering, right?
યસ.
You have petrol engine, you have diesel engine, right?
યસ સર.
I mean, why two different set of engines? Why not one? Using both petrol and diesel as fuel.
So first one is that, sir, we have option. Either we can use petrol as a fuel or diesel as a fuel. Second thing is application. If we require much more, torque and power, then diesel engine is suitable, and that is the reason for the higher, loaded vehicles like truck and bus uses diesel engine. But when we require low power but the sudden thrust, then the petrol engine is more preferable. So especially the smaller vehicles like two-wheelers and some four-wheelers use petrol engine.
And petrol and internal combustion engine, you have a spark plug,
Yes.
right? Can't you use this spark plug at diesel engine for igniting? Can that be done?
Yes, sir. I completely agree. There is a spark plug
In diesel engine?
in petrol engine.
In petrol it is there, of course.
In diesel engine, it is sparks to the due to high pressure. Without the spark plug, due to high pressure and temperature, the diesel is get.
What difference does it make? High pressure. What is the intent basically? This is spark ignition, as you rightly said, petrol, and diesel is
Without spark.
Without spark.
pressurized.
it is.
With pressurized.
The pressure. Why do we pressurize? Why do we pressurize?
Because
what is the need to pressurize? What is the need?
Because with high pressure, the temperature goes up. So we do not require extra spark plug.
That is the answer. That is the answer, right?
Right.
Here you compress it so that the temperature goes up, and the moment that there is a spray of diesel, it ignites.
Yes.
right? That is why there you have a spark plug, because the flash point of petrol is just 23 degree, right? A little spark will ignite, whereas it will not work here, right? It will not work here because flash point of diesel is in the excess of 55 degrees, right? So that will not, the spark will not work here, right? That is the answer. I mean, to every reply, you say, I mean, you must have used this word, I don't know, at least 25, 30 times, which, goes to prove that you're not sure of what you are telling, right? Or you're not sure of whether you will be able to convince the other side or not. So when you go for interview, don't use this word,
Yes, I have bad habit.
right? So this will go deadly against you, please, right? Secondly, I mean, you're not prepared for the interview in a way that you're not aware of the government setup, you're not aware of the government schemes, government programs, right? If I ask you, what is India? What is India?
India is a nation, and it has a lot of diversity in terms of the society, in terms of the culture, and it has a very old legacy of the human civilization.
See, here lies the difference, here lies the difference. When I ask you what is India, I mean, your precise and cogent answer would have been, India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. This covers everything you spoke, and you will speak. You could have spoken further, right? This is where you are lacking. You have to. When you are trying to enter a system which is entirely different from the system you have been working all these days, you should know the vocabulary. You should know the vocabulary, right? That is good in, maybe it works in sales and marketing, but in a government setup, will never work. I'm not conversant with your domain, but if I ask you, as a layman, what is the difference between sales and marketing? What is the difference between sales and marketing?
Yeah. So marketing will aware your client about your product or services.
Marketing.
Yes. Whereas sales will
Marketing.
Yes. Whereas the sales will convince the people to buy your product or service.
My God. You are just putting the other way around.
If I elaborate by giving example. For example, in the hoarding we find Bislery's advertisement. So it is the marketing. We are getting aware about there is one brand who is selling clean water, but
Sales is actually taking the product to the consumer, and marketing is you are trying to create the demand. It is creation of demand. Marketing is creation of. Why do we go for posters and banners and all? To create a demand, and sales is actually delivering, and the actual delivery, right? Well, this comes to your end. We end your interview. सब कुछ अच्छा है, your personality, your physical gestures, your delivery system, except that that just drop, right? That will go against you. And the government setup. You know the government setup. What is executive? What is executive? What is legislative? What is judiciary? the government set up at the national level, at the state level, at the district level, at the taluka level, at the village level, and what are their interrelations, right? You are absolutely blank on this. We have not gone into the government schemes and programs because we know that you won't be able to reply. But when is the interview?
22nd, next Friday.
Next Friday. But whatever time you have, just go through it, right? And આ ચોપડી કદાચ એમને મદદરૂપ થશે આપણે
આ મેગેઝિન
જસ છેલ્લા 3 મહિનાના.
અને અંગ્રેજી બોલવું ફરજિયાત નથી. તમે ઘણા લોચા માર્યા
આર યુ વેલ
અંગ્રેજી
કોન્વર્સન્ટ
બોલવામાં
ગુજરાતી? હા,
હા, એટલે જોઈ લે મિક્સમાં આપજો એવું ઇંગ્લિશ ગુજરાતીમાં.
because fundamentally you take too much time to clear that fundamentals.
એટલે યુ હેવ ટુ
I mean, you could not explain sales and marketing to me, and you made the things the other way. Sales को marketing बताया, marketing को sales बताया.
ઉલટા બતાવ્યા.
उल्टा बताया.
ફરીથી go through, especially જે
It's not a question of go through.
ક્લેરિટી, કન્સેપ્ચ્યુઅલ ક્લેરિટી.
It is a question of clarity. How clearly you see things, how clearly you think, right? And that is why I asked you, what is India? Because I wanted to know what clarity you have. So you could have spoken for half an hour. But one line.
ભલે ઓલ ધ બેસ્ટ. આ ફીડબેક લઈ જાઓ.
યસ, તમે ક્લીન શેવ ડ્રેસિંગમાં પણ થોડું એ રીતે જોઈ લેજો. બીજા એ પહેરવાના હશે ને લાઇટ શર્ટ ને આ તે. અને મને એવું લાગે છે કે યુ આર વેલ કોન્વર્સન્ટ વિથ ઇંગ્લિશ બિકોઝ કારણ કે બેઝિક ફંડામેન્ટલમાં યુ ટેક ટુ મચ ટાઈમ. બેટર ગુજરાતીમાં આપો કંઈ નો પ્રોબ્લેમ. અને ટર્મિનોલોજી પોઈન્ટ ઓફ વ્યૂ યુ કેન સ્પીક ઇન ટુ ઇંગ્લિશ. બરાબર, એટલે ઇંગ્લિશનો હું બેઝિક પ્રિન્સિપલ્સ ઓફ પૂછું મેનેજમેન્ટના. બેઝિક હેનરી ફેયોલ પબેડની વ્યાખ્યા છે. પોસ્ટકોડ, રાઈટ? પ્લાનિંગ, ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન સ્કિલ, સ્ટાફિંગ, આ તે બધું.
તમે બેઝિક્સમાં યુ કુડ નોટ રિપ્લાય ધ બેઝિક્સ, તો પછી સાહેબે બીજા ડિફિકલ્ટ ક્વેશ્ચન્સ પૂછ્યા.
હા, એટલે પછી આગળ કંઈ વાત જ નહીં. કે ગવર્મેન્ટ દાખલો તરીકે તમે પોલિટી ભણ્યા છો, બંધારણને આ તે, બરાબર? એટલે વેરી બેઝિક છે એમાં, રાઈટ? એટલે એ થોડું અમે આપણે ભણીએ છીએ કે ભાઈ પ્રેસિડેન્ટને એની અંદર એક્ઝિક્યુટિવ છે, પછી લેજિસ્લેચર છે, આ બધું તમે ભણ્યા છે, જ્યુડિશિયરી છે, બરાબર? એટલે એ બધું થઈને ગવર્મેન્ટ બને છે. પછી એમાં તો આગળ મારે કંઈ પ્રશ્ન રોલ ઓફ ધી ગવર્મેન્ટ મેં પૂછ્યું, તો એમાં તમે સીધું ફાઇનાન્સ પર આવી ગયા, બરાબર? અરે એનો પહેલી તો વસ્તુ છે કે એણે લોકોની એ જરૂરિયાત સમજવા, એટલે સિક્યોરિટી પહેલાં આવે. તમે વર્ડ યુઝ કર્યો પ્રોટેક્ટ. પ્રોટેક્શન એ તો વાસ્ટ વર્ડ, કોમન વર્ડ છે, બરાબર? સિક્યોરિટી ઓફ ધ પીપલ, બરાબર? એટલે ઇન્ટરનલ સિક્યોરિટી, એક્સટર્નલ સિક્યોરિટી યુ કેન સે, બરાબર? પછી પોલિસી ફ્રેમિંગ એનો મેજર રોલ છે, બરાબર? પછી ડાઉન ટ્રોડન છે જે લોકો, અપલિફમેન્ટ ઓફ ધ ડાઉન ટ્રોડન, એ પણ એનો કે છે.
એમને ખાલી ડિસએડવાન્ટેજમાં પેલું હેન્ડીકેપ જ આવે છે, બીજા કાસ્ટ બેઝ નથી આવતા. એસસી એસટી, ઇકોનોમિકલી વીકર સેક્શન, એ નથી આવતું.
થોડું આ બધું છે ને જોઈ લો તમે. એટલે અમે જસ્ટ વી કરેક્ટ યુ હેવ અ ગુડ ટાઈમ, બરાબર? હજી તો એક વીક છે આ બધું. કારણ કે શું છે, તમારી પાસે બીજો વર્ક એક્સપિરિયન્સમાં પ્રાઇવેટનો છે બધો, એટલે બેટર બધું ગવર્મેન્ટનું અહીંયા સ્કીમ છે બધું પૂછશે જ. સરકારની યોજનાઓ ખાસ કરીને બધી વેરિયસ છે, બધી જોઈ લો. બધું પીડીએફ ને આ બધું ઘણું મળતું હોય છે, એમાં જોઈ લેજો સહેજ. તમે એ કર્યું હશે આવું છેલ્લા 3 મહિનાના. આ જોશો આમાં યોજના અને ગુજરાત મેગેઝિનનું એ બધું ઝીસ્ટ આપેલું છે. અને એ સિવાય બી બીજું જે કંઈ કરંટ બને છે.
હા સર, ઇશ્યુ એ થયો કે ગેપ મેઇન્સ પછી બહુ થઈ ગઈ ને, ધેન
gap
it's
में
okay.
એટલા લીધે મારા reading
you are entering a domain which is altogether different than the area, the field you have been working with, right? See what all we are trying to do is we are trying to tell you what all things you are lacking.
6-7 વર્ષ તમે બીજે કામ કર્યું છે, એટલે ગવર્મેન્ટ ફંક્શનરી બધું તમને આઉટ ઓફ એ છે, એટલે એ બધા સ્કોપ જોઈ લો.
સરકારનો તમને ખ્યાલ જ નથી ને, કોઈ કન્સેપ્ટ જ નથી મગજમાં.
તમારે જ્યારે કામ કરવાનું થશે ગ્રાઉન્ડ ઉપર, તો લોકલ લેંગ્વેજમાં બોલવાનું થશે. એટલે તમે બધું ઇંગ્લિશમાં બોલવા જશો ને એમાંય લોચામાં
એટલે બોલો તો વાંધો નથી, પણ યુ આર નોટ પ્રિન્સિપલ જે છે, પ્રિન્સિપલ્સ આર નોટ ધેટ ફ્લુઅન્ટ.
મિક્સમાં બોલો
કાં તો બધું ધડાધડ એ રીતે આમ ધાણીફૂટ બધું આવવું જ જોઈએ. હું કહું એટલે તમે પહેલો જ હેનરી ફેલ યાદ આવવો જોઈએ પબેડમાં, ને સીધા એના આ 7 પ્રિન્સિપલ્સ છે તરત તમને ખ્યાલ આવવા જોઈએ. પબેડ ઇઝ ઓલ્સો પાર્ટ ઓફ મેનેજમેન્ટ, બરાબર. અને તમે ભણ્યા છો એમાં, એવું તો નહીં હોય તમારું ચેપ્ટર આવતું જ હશે. એટલે બરાબર છે કે ટાઈમ થઈ ગયો, પછી તમે પ્રેક્ટિકલ ફિલ્ડમાં હશો એટલે આ બધું તો એ પાછું બાષ્પીભવન થઈ ગયું હશે.
I mean, you need to have a different mindset. I understand, we all understand that what is marketing? Marketing means you have to bloody push your goods through. You have to push your product through. साल अच्छा है, खराब है, जैसा भी है.
હજી અમે જોબ પ્રોફાઇલમાં તો ગયા નથી,
Right.
કે યુ ડોન્ટ નો, કારણ કે જોબ પ્રોફાઇલમાં પૂછ્યું એ પણ તમારે જોવા પડશે. ડેપ્યુટી કલેક્ટરનું કામ શું છે,
તો you are-
એસડીએમ તરીકે એનો રોલ શું છે, ડીએસઓ તરીકે એમનો રોલ શું છે, પછી સેમ ડીવાયએસપી લો એન્ડ ઓર્ડર પોઈન્ટ ઓફ વ્યૂ એનો રોલ શું છે, એસી તો ટેક્સેશન આખું છે, જીએસટી એન્ડ અધર થિંગ્સ, બરાબર.
તમારા ઇન્ટરવ્યૂમાં તમારું માર્કેટિંગ જ કરવાનું છે ને, તો માર્કેટિંગ આવું નબળું ના હોય ને.
See,
રજાઓ લઈ લીધી છે.
all these days you have been
આજે
marketing
આજથી
your
જ ચાલુ.
આજથી જ રજા છે ને, તો એક વીક છે, પૂરું લાગી જાવ બધામાં.
instead of marketing goods, you have to market your own self.
તમારી કેપેબિલિટી, તમારી
You
સુટેબિલિટી
have
ફોર
to
ધ
market
જોબ.
your own self.
એટલે થોડું 3-4 દિવસ વાંચી લો ને પછી એવું હોય તો બીજો એક મોક આપવાનો ટ્રાય
Consider yourself a commodity,
ત્યાં સુધીમાં.
right? Consider yourself a commodity and government wants to buy. So why should I buy this commodity? So you should be able to explain, convince the setup.
ખાલી પેલા માર્કેટિંગમાં છે ને તમે તમારો એજન્ડા પુશ કરો, અહીં ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછે છે. પેલામાં તમે કહેશો મારી ટૂથપેસ્ટ આવી છે ને મારો સાબુ આવો છે.
તમે મેઇન્સ પાસ
Vitamin C
કરી
વાળો
છે
સાબુ
એટલે
છે.
તમે ઘણું બધું વાંચ્યું છે, બરાબર, ખાલી રિફ્રેશ કરવાનું છે.
આ ફીડબેક છે, આ લઈ જાઓ.
અને
3
આવા છેલ્લા 3-1 મહિનાના છે ને
મેગેઝિન અહીંયા જ બહાર બુક સ્ટોર છે, આજ ફ્લોર પર.
તમારી ઘણી બધી સ્ટ્રેન્થ
તમારી
છે,
પસંદ
તમારી
કરી
ઘણી
લો
બધી
જે
સ્ટ્રેન્થ છે, તમારી ડિલિવરી સિસ્ટમ બહુ સારી છે. યુ આર કન્વિન્સિંગ ઓલ્સો. પણ કન્વિન્સિંગ પણ તમને ખબર તો હોવી જોઈએ ને.
યુ હેવ પોટેન્શિયલ. તમે પ્રિલિમ પાસ કરી, મેઇન્સ પાસ કરી, 3 લાખમાંથી 977માં તમે છો, સમજી લો. બટ અત્યારે નેક ટુ નેક તમારે એ છે, રાઈટ?
પ્લીઝ
એટલે